Welcome to the Collaborative Podcast, brought to you by the Improvement Foundation with your host, Tony Lemke.
Welcome to this eCollaborative screencast. This is especially for Genie users. Currently the measures required for the eCollaborative can't be automatically extracted by the pen tool from Genie, but it's a very simple matter to use the Genie Quick Builder function to find out what those measures should be, and then you can enter them manually. So I'll show you how to do that. Within Genie, with Genie Client open, go to the File menu and click on the Quick Reports. Opens up a window like this. The first thing we want to do is find out how many active prescriptions we have in our database. So on the tables we scroll down till we get the one that says prescriptions. Click on that and then click on Load All Records, and you can see here there are 49,733 active prescriptions in our database. We want to know how many of those have been printed in the last 6 months and are therefore more likely to be active and accurate. So if we click on the query button and select the date is greater than, today's the 3rd of March, so going back 6 months in time takes us to the 3rd of September 2011, and we click query there, we find that there are 10,935 prescriptions in the active table that have been printed in the last 6 months. Our percentage then is 10,935 over 49,733, which we established before, which works out at 21.9%. Prescriptions in our active table have been printed in the last 6 months. Now we need to find out about our diagnoses in the current problems and past history table and how many of those are coded. We start with past histories. We scroll up till we get to the past history table here. Again, load all records. We find we have 16,596 diagnoses in our past history column. How many of those have got a code against them? We click on the query button, click on this ICPCC code, which is a coding system that we use. It's not equal to, and leave that blank. So the ICPC code is not equal to nothing. And click on query. Genie runs through its database of all those 16,000 diagnoses to find out which of those have a code against them, and displays the answer here. 5,227 of the past history diagnoses don't have a code. We need to do the same for current problems, which is scrolling up to current problems. The total for current problems is 18,088, and then we run the same query. ICPC code is not equal to nothing. Click the query button. Therefore Genie tells us of our 18,088 diagnoses in the current problem list. Those that have an associated ICPC code is 8,874. So to work out the measures of the APC, we want to add the total number of current problems and past history diagnoses that we've written down, which is 16,000 for the past history, 18,000 for the current problems. And of those which were coded, it was 5,000 for the past history and 8,000 for the current problems. We add those together, put them over the total, and get our percentage of diagnoses that are coded. There you go. It's quite quick and easy to extract the measures from Genie using the report builder. Now that we've had a look at using the quick reports builder in Genie to extract the numbers that we need, I thought we'd run through how we need to prepare those numbers to add to the PenCat extraction tool. In the currency of our medications, we did a load all records to find that there are 49,733 prescriptions in our active medication database, and then we used the query function to discover that there were 10,935 of those that have been printed in the last 6 months. when we look at our diagnosis, we need to find the total number of diagnoses and the current problems and past history, and the total number that are coded. We did that by finding, first of all, for the current problems using load all records, so 18,088 in the current problems, of which, using the query function, we found that 8,874 of those had a matching code in ICPC2. We did the same for the past history table, the total number 16,596, of which 5,227 had a matching code. So for the PenCat extraction tool, it's those total numbers that we want, the past history and current problems added together. These then are the numerator and denominator that the extraction tool is looking for to send to the IF server. The IF server, when it gives our report, will let us know our percentage of medications that have been printed in the last 6 months and our percentage of diagnoses that are coded. Alright, so I'm glad that all our Genie practices can participate in a full way in the eCollaboratives. That's how we extract those important measures. If there are any questions, let us know. Cheers, and it's Tony Lemke signing off.